When you get the handle up, you want the tank up off the ground so you're not dragging that.
Sure.
So you're just back on the big wheels that it's got. This had two, so you can snap into it real quick and they lock right in.
Hey, what's up? Barnaby here. So you want to know more about the Grip-Rite electric hot dog compressor. 12 amp motor to it. As far as PSI, it'll go all the way up to 150 PSI, but 4.2 CFM at 90 PSI. It's got a splash oil motor to it and 10-inch no flat tires. What we like to do is roll compressors like this into the worlds of guys like Todd and say, go forth and attach some guns to it and fire away. And what we're interested in here is your take on the performance, the design, the quality, and then the big one for a lot of people, and that is your recommendation on who you think it's best suited for, and then whether you would recommend that they buy it or not. So first, let's talk about you. What do you do?
I frame houses residentially. Been doing it for about 18 years for Burberg builders. So we've been around the block. We've seen a lot of different compressors and a lot of different guns and stuff like that.
Cool. Well, right off the bat, who would you say this is best suited for?
I'd say the guy that's a smaller framer that doesn't use a lot of guns, maybe two guns. He can use it pretty well. We had a couple of guns hooked up to it and it ran them real well.
Okay. And so for that, let's pick up on that thread. You say it ran real well. What did you like about the way that it ran? Was there anything just...
It was quiet. We ran two guns most of the time on it, and it kept up real well on it. It did slow down a little bit when we added a stapler and a gun to it. The stapler seemed to draw a little more air out of it too, but we also used it on a roofing job, and it kept up with the roofing nailers, no problem. We never had any problems whatsoever. Very quiet. Nice tires to it. The tires are big. Rolls out easy out of your truck if you were hauling it around the job site. Yeah,
let me ask you this. I mean, it's pretty heavy?
It is. It's fairly heavy. But like I said, the tires make it easy and the handles real good. And get it setting down, you can take this little thing and pop the handles back. The bar goes right back in.
Right.
So you have no problems there.
So you're not tripping over it?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about, well, the design overall. Is everything where you wish it would be? Is everything accessible? Take me through it.
Yeah, I think it is. Normally on the smaller ones, you get only one coupler. And you end up running a three-way off it. This had two, so you can snap into it real quick and they lock right in. The dial's very easy to adjust, pressure on it. Just take that, and I think the housing on it keeps it safe. The motor's down underneath. Got a big, nice, thick cord to it. A lot of them have smaller cords, so they tend to pull out and get bent up and crack a lot easier.
Yeah, does that fatty actually fit on this?
Yep, it rolls
loop?
up on there, and
Really?
we had it hooked right up there, no problem. So, and it's easy to drain. Even it says drain all the time. You just twist that little knob, it'll drain it right out.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. As far as just wheeling it around, a lot of times, it's like, why did they put the handle there? They should have put it up there. Was it comfortable to roll around?
Yeah, because I think when you get the handle up, you want the tank up off the ground so you're not dragging that.
Sure.
So you're just back on the big wheels that it's got.
Okay. Well, let's talk about quality. I mean, it seems like it's built really solidly. Is there anything about this that leads you to believe that maybe this guy isn't going to go the distance?
The only thing that we were concerned about is every day that we drained the tank, we got a little bit of rust that came out of it.
Like how much rust?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot because when you drain the tanks daily, not a lot of water comes out of them.
Right.
But when we did it, it seemed like it had a little rust to it, and I don't know if it's because it's new or what, but it's just some concern that we had of what was going on inside.
Is that something you see with a lot of compressors?
Not really, not usually, no.
Okay. All right then, well, let's talk about the value proposition. You've stated that it's for framers, right?
Yep.
Probably not trim carpenters inside, and that would be because of just the fact you got to wheel it in. And
Right.
It's, mud
Right.
on
It's a little heavier for a trim carpenter because a lot of times he's going up steps to get into the house.
Right.
And trying to pull the wheels up the step, and it's a little bulky to just grab right a hold of and lift up. Where the littler compressor, you can just grab a hold of the handle and go into the house and plug it in, and they don't need a lot of, PSI to pull for trimming. So.
Okay, then would you recommend that somebody buy this?
A framer, like I said, that's just getting started in it probably would be a good buy, but for a trim carpenter, probably not. He could probably find something, a little bit cheaper that's a little better.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you know what? You came to ToolSelect.com in search of information about this particular compressor, but we've got all sorts of compressors, all sorts of great stats. You can compare things side by side. You can become a member of ToolSelect.com and actually engage with the community, people just like you, giving opinions of tools, answering questions about tools. If you ever want to know which tool is right for you, ToolSelect.com is the one-stop shop.